But in case, as Krishna is saying, this revolutionary idea that any action done in the world, undertaken by anyone, with a right mental attitude, rising above his own limited ego and his selfish desires. And when these two are not there, the only motive force is love. All such actions are yajnas. Arjuna was confused. He has been taught from childhood onwards the orthodox idea of what ritualism is. How can such a such a dirty, filthy work of murdering your own kith and kin can be raised and elevated to a divine and spiritual act just because of your turning the mental attitude? Without a church and a mosque and a temple, without the elaborate rituals, how can we invoke him? In the dirty, filthy, sweat-smelling fields of endeavor, how can the Lord be invoked by merely because you are acting in the world outside without ego and egocentric desires? He could not turn the Bhutani. Bhutani, the word means all living beings, not only human beings. Is not the animals the same? Is not the plant kingdom the same? Annad bhavanti bhutani. Again, parjanyad anna sambhava. Where does the food come from? From food, the seed, and therefore the generations have been coming. Okay, accepted. Where does the food come from? Parjanyad. The water is rain. Parjanyat anna sambhava. Because of the rain, there is the growth, and therefore the food. And from that food is the essence, is the seed. From the seed, the entire generations. Accepted. Very logical. How does the rain come? Here you are. Yajnat bhavati parjanya. Rain comes out of yajna. And this sentence made India for 1,500 years, trying to discover a solace by doing a ritual, a yajna, to invoke the rain. Why? The sentence here, yajnat bhavati parjanya. So then the elaborate ritual they organized, spending a lot of money, and in order to invoke rain. And in the Rig Veda, there is one mantra. Among 150,000 mantras, one mantra which is attributed to invoking rain. And they repeated that mantra. Krishna, who had been talking till now so rational, could he say such an irrational thing? Therefore, a scriptural textbook should not be understood by the dictionary meaning. It's a scriptural style. Annad bhavanti bhutani. Anna there, not only the food that you consume through the mouth, but food for the eyes, food for the ears, food for the nose, food for the tongue, food for the skin, food for the mind, food for the intellect. Okay? So all consumable goods that you create in any community, there are more and more consumable goods in a society, there is more vigorous life. The farmer can only plough the land and weed it out and get ready, but he can't sow the seed until rains come. Rain is a thing over which the agriculturist has got no control. He has to wait. Without the rain coming and wetting the land, you cannot sow the seeds. So even though you are sincere and ready to put forth all your efforts, there is an unknown X quantity without which agriculture can never be successful. In the same way in industry also, even though the machinery is there, the raw material is there, and the technician and the workers are there, yet that organization cannot produce wealth. The production is slow. Why? There is not this unknown quantity X called cooperative endeavor. It must rain, just as rain is necessary in agriculture. In production also, there must be that rain. Without rain, food, consumable goods cannot be produced. How can I get this rain? Had given you a gift on your birthday date. The moment you emerged into the world, he gave you this ability to function. Thereafter, no doubt, through education, through training, you cultivated better, more and more efficiency in functioning, but the ability to function was already inherent in the living creatures. It is nothing but the creative power of the Creator expressing through. And who is this Creator? This Creator is nothing but expression of the infinite reality. The infinite reality, when he is creating, he is called Creator. My mother, who is the wife of my father, when she is in the kitchen, she is cooking. When she is swimming, she is the swimmer. When she is riding, she is the rider. When she is running, she is the runner. But who it is? My mother. Isn't it? In the same way, the Supreme Reality, with reference to the creation that is taking place, he becomes Mr. Creator. While creating the world, he, the Supreme Reality himself, becomes the Creator. So the Supreme Reality, while creating, becomes Mr. Creator, God, and the God, the Creator, expressing through each one of you is your creative capacity to function. And when you together function, it becomes Yagna. In that Yagna spirit, when you are living, certain psychological changes take place in your bosom. The entire productivity of the community increases. When the ego and egocentric desires are submerged, and you act in the world outside in a cooperative spirit. Tasmad, therefore, Sarvagatam Brahman, that Supreme Reality which is all-pervading, Nityam, ever, Yagni Pradishthidam, wherever a large number of people sink their differences and cooperatively come together to work and function and achieve some one single goal, not for themselves, but for the benefit of all. Wherever such an activity is taking place, there you can vividly see the display of the grace of the Lord, the infinite reality. My dear boy, it is not, the Lord is not in the church or the mosque or the temple. He is there in the field of work, where a large number of people think their differences and come together and act in the sense of togetherness for the benefit of all, not selfish activity. In such places, you shall find Lord and His grace vividly in display.